Jesus needed to pray. What does that say about you and me? Jesus didn't just talk about prayer, he lived it constantly, and not just before meals or in church either. Jesus built his life around prayer. And in this video, we're going to talk about some of his key practices, what it was like to do them, and what their outcome or impact has been on my own life and what it could be for you. One of Jesus' prayer practices was to get up early in the morning and head off to his solitary place to pray. Personally, I'm somewhat of a morning person, so I don't mind waking up early, starting my day before the sun comes up. I like it. But the important operative word here isn't about the time of day. It's not the early morning that's worth keying into, although there are a ton of benefits to waking up early, getting a jump on the day, especially when it comes to prayer. But the important piece here is solitude. I've learned that solitude doesn't just happen. You have to fight for it. But if I can get up before my kids get up, I'm guaranteed a little bit of quiet, focused time. Now, why does that matter? Why does solitude matter for prayer? Personally, I think solitude allows space to be present, focused, and honest in my conversations with God without feeling the need to perform or be anything for anyone else. In some ways, I'm my truest self when I am alone. Now, I'm not sure if Jesus needed to be alone to be comfortable with himself, but it does sound like he regularly stepped away from all the noise, including people who legitimately wanted to connect with him, so that he could connect with his Heavenly Father. Today, more than ever, I think finding that solitude is tough. I mean, the entire world goes with us in our pockets, constantly pinging for our attention. So I wonder, what would it look like for you to try this? Identify a time and a place where you can take just 5 minutes. No phone, no people, just you and God. And no, it doesn't need to be early in the morning. As we'll see in the next practice, Jesus prayed through the night at times too. So if you're more of a night person than a morning person, great. Another pattern in Jesus' prayer practice was that he prayed before big moments. Whether it was before the start of his ministry at his baptism, before choosing his 12 disciples, this was one of his midnight prayer sessions that I just mentioned, or maybe before his conversation about whether or not he was the Messiah, the Son of God, before the transfiguration, revealing something of his divinity to his closest followers, before raising Lazarus from the dead, before feeding the 5,000, before he was arrested and crucified, before he died, before each and every one of Jesus' big life moments, it seems, he could be found in prayer. And this is worth doing in my experience, although I tell you, I'm not perfect at it. But this is the impact that I've seen. First and foremost, for me, prayer can be calming. Like its counterpart, meditation, there's an intentional slowing and deepening of your breath that quite literally has an impact on your nervous system to calm you down. And especially if you've been ruminating on this upcoming big life event, speaking it out loud or writing it down changes the way you feel about it. So if you're headed for a big moment, prayer can literally calm you down. Prayer also, before a big moment, can help place things in context. Taking time to talk to God about an upcoming event can help remind me that this is just one moment of many in the timeline. And while I'm getting amped up for it, it's important to remember that there have been a lot of moments before this, and there will be a ton after it. Taking time to talk to God about it creates space to put things in context. And somewhat related to that, it also clarifies the purpose and the meaning of these moments. Taking a second to pause and pray before life's big events highlights them as meaningful. It helps to clarify their purpose. Like when I get up to deliver the teaching or the sermon in front of a few hundred people, my nerves and my anxiety are understandably off the charts. But praying before those big moments reminds me that this isn't about delivering a speech. It's not about wowing the crowd. It's not even about messing up and looking like a fool. It's about sharing good news with people. Taking time to pray before that helps to clarify the purpose for myself. So I wonder what it might do for you to pray and pause before your next big moment in life. Maybe it'll help you find calm or place it in a bigger story context, or maybe help just clarify the true meaning. Now, some of those big moments in Jesus' life were crisis moments, which is where we get practice number 3. It's worth giving this its own highlight. Jesus prayed amidst crisis. And I think this is worth pointing out. He didn't always get a yes from God. Most notably in the Garden of Gethsemane, before he was arrested, Jesus was in absolute agony. He was so stressed that the gospel writers say he was sweating blood. Knowing what was coming, he fell to the ground and prayed, "Father, if it's possible, take this cup from me." And God said no. And I've been there, and Maybe you've been there too. Maybe you're there right now. We've talked about this before in this series of videos on prayer, but there were other moments of crisis, like the death of his friend Lazarus, where Jesus offered a prayer and then entered this miraculous moment. The practice of praying in a crisis isn't a guarantee that you're always going to get the outcome that you want from God. But I think it's worth pointing out that in life's most painful moments, in the crisis, Jesus prayed. And I wonder what that might do for you. Maybe it could be cathartic, just to be truly heard by God. Lament is not only a valid form of prayer, it's the most common form of prayer in the Bible. I think this could also provide you with the spiritual strength to forge forward in the crisis despite the challenge that's looming. The point, though, is that when Jesus was overwhelmed, he didn't fake it, and you don't have to either. He was honest with God, and we can be too. Finally, Jesus prayed for other people. He prayed for his disciples. He prayed for future generations who would become his followers. He prayed for you. He prayed for them to have unity and wisdom and to be guided into all truth. He prayed for everyone to receive their daily bread. He also notably prayed that God would forgive the people who were crucifying him, which is wild. One of the things that I've noticed when I practice praying for people in my life is that it orients me to something that's beyond myself. Even if God doesn't answer my prayer, praying for people tends to position me with a posture towards serving others. So I'd be so curious, if you experience this too, even if you're not a religious person, try praying for people daily and see what it does to you. Just write their names down, and pray their happiness or their hurts before God. Give thanks for the good stuff and ask God to do something about the pain. It's interesting, prayer wasn't a last resort for Jesus. It was his lifestyle. And if he needed it, how much more do we? Just start where you are. Don't overthink this. Pray like Jesus. And hey, if you like this video, hit that subscribe button. If you really liked it, then join the email list. The link is in the description. And if you're looking for more customized, personalized help when it comes to your spiritual life, throw a wave emoji in the comments. I'd be happy to talk with you one-on-one. I offer free spiritual coaching and discipleship to anybody who's looking. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.